Hello, Deanna here, and thanks so much for being here. So today's video is actually going to be a tag video, and the tag that I'm doing is the BookTube Numbers Tag. And I was actually tagged in this by the lovely BookTube creator, Vidania Silverscribe. And I just love her channel. She is such a wonderful light, and she just has such incredible videos of a lot of magical books and books that have, a lot of them are middle grade reader books and just wonderful stories. And she just gets me excited to read all these fun, fantastic books. So I definitely recommend checking her out, and I will leave her channel below. And thank you so much, Vidania, for tagging me. I really appreciate it. This original tag idea came from Jim, from Jim's Books Reading and Stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and leave him in the link below too. Check him out as well. I did watch his video and he just seems like such a lovely individual, and I was happy to subscribe to him as well. So definitely go ahead and check them out. I'll leave them in the description. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go through this. If you're interested, definitely go ahead and follow along, and it's going to be 10 questions and I'm going to go through them. So question number 1, what was your first BookTube video? So my first ever video that I ever posted was about 3 years or so ago, and it was before I really even knew what the BookTube community was. It was just, I had seen the movie A Simple Favor and I had read the book, and I just did a really short little comparison of them, and that was my first ever book review that I did on YouTube, and my first ever video ever. And then when I actually got to know a bit more about the BookTube community, I created a book review video of another one of my favorite books, and that was The Sweetness of Forgetting. And I will go ahead and leave those in the description, or maybe in the cards above as well, if you want to check those out. Question number 2. How many books are you currently reading? Well, so I want to preface this by saying I am a mood reader. I read very much based on how I'm feeling, and sometimes I will have multiple books going at a time. So this is my current reading of my physical books. So as you can see, I have 7 books that I'm currently reading. I then am also listening to 2 audiobooks, and I also am reading 5 ebooks as well. So in total, that's about 14 books that I have on the go right now. So question number 3. What were the top 3 books you read last year? So I don't know exactly all the books I read last year. Did start a little bit of a reading journal. At one point I had my cute little bookshelf and I filled out a few of them here, but I think I started very end of the year when I started this, and I didn't track them all. But of the ones that I did track, the 3 ones that I appreciated the most were The Midnight Library, Howl's Moving Castle, and Born a Crime. All for their varying different reasons, especially The Midnight Library. I know that can be a bit of a tougher book. It's got very sensitive topics that it talks about, and I think it's because I was dealing with the aftermath of losing someone, and it was just a bit of help to read that, and kind of just made me feel a bit better after dealing with that grief. So those were my 3 top books last year. Question number 4. How many books did you read last year? So again, I didn't really track well in my reading journal that I had half created, and then I also wasn't really keeping up on my Goodreads. According to here, I read about 17 books, but I do believe that I probably did read a bit more than that, but that's what I tracked. So on record, it's 17 books. Question number 5. How many books have you rated as a 5-star this year? So going through my Goodreads, which I can leave that below if you're interested, I have rated, for this year, I've rated 10 books 5 stars. So that's pretty good. I have been really enjoying the books I've been reading this year. Question number 6. Do you have a reading target for this year, and are you on track? So yes, speaking of my Goodreads, just in comparing what I know for sure I read last year and kind of not wanting to put too much pressure on myself, because reading is usually for enjoyment and entertainment and relaxation, I have a Goodread goal of 25 books. And thankfully, surprisingly, I'm actually ahead of schedule apparently by 9 books. So I'm 9 books ahead of schedule, so that's pretty awesome. Question number 7. How many pages long is the book you're reading now? So as you know, I'm reading a lot of books, and some of them I'm reading through audiobooks, some of them I'm reading through ebooks. So some of those I didn't really even look at the length. I mean, one of the books I'm reading is Charles Dickens' David Copperfield. I am sure that one is pretty big, because we all know Charles Dickens has some pretty big books that he releases. But with my actual physical copies of my books that I have, I've got Everybody Writes, which is just a fun kind of book about writing and just giving tips for writing, especially since I write in a blog and I'm writing some books. That I thought this was a fun little gift that I got from my dad. And this book is 275 pages long, so that seems to be one of the shorter books I'm reading. And then the biggest book that I have physical is Sarah J. Maas with her House of Earth and Blood, the Crescent City series. And this book is a whopping, with the epilogue, 799 pages. So this is going to be a bit of a behemoth to get through. Question number 8. How long are your videos? So I went back through and I looked at my videos, all the ones that I have that are posted on the channel. The shortest video isn't a BookTube video. It's actually when I got my braces off and I had a braces reveal video, and that's 3 minutes and 18 seconds, according to what I wrote down here. My shortest BookTube video would be the first ever video that I ever posted, and that was 5 minutes and 45 seconds. And then my longest BookTube video so far has been 44 minutes and 5 seconds. So I talk a lot sometimes. Sometimes I have to kind of remind myself to reel it in. I do a whole lot of editing sometimes to edit out a lot of rambling and just things where I go off on tangents. So I try to get better at that. But the average length, or the median length I would say, of what, when I was going through those videos of what they were, was usually about the 9-minute mark for my book reviews. I might have a problem where I talk too much. Question number 9. Do you have a favorite number? Yes, I feel like I always have. I don't know why. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what makes it my favorite number. It's just a number that I always love. For some reason, the numbers 5 and 2 have always been favorites of mine. So those are my 2 favorite numbers, the number 5 and 2. Question number 10. Do you have a book on your shelves with a number in the title or on the cover? Alright, so I have quite a few. Any fellow Canadians might know these lovely books, the Dear Canada series. I absolutely loved reading these as a kid, and we used to get them in the library a lot, and they're literally usually kind of fictional historic novels written first person from children writing as though they're writing in a diary. So it's really pretty cute. And this one has the number 1897 in Guelph, Ontario, of all places, and I'm from Ontario, so that's just, you know, a nice book about a girl, you know, around our area. And then this one is 1666, which is Montreal, New France, which is just so funny because that's now Quebec. So these two have the dates on the title, so that's fun. I have two books with the number 1 on it. We've got One Last Stop and Year One by Nora Roberts, both incredible books. My son and my stepdaughter have both read this book, which is A Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and it's the third wheel. For a couple more lighthearted books, we've got Susan Mallory with A Million Little Things and Sophie Kinsella, 20s Girl. A bit of a deeper book would be Jodi Picoult's Second Chance. And then a book that literally does have a number is You Have 4 Minutes to Change Your Life. And this is by Rebecca Barocchi. And this is essentially books about meditation, and just having 4 minutes a day to meditate is quite enough of time to just be able to relax and maybe center yourself and have just a bit of moment of self-care. So this one has the number 4 right on it. So that was all my books. That was all of the questions for this tag. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. And now bonus question number 11. I have a list of some booktubers here that I want to tag. I have definitely seen them around. I want to thank them so much for any lovely comments they've left, and I just would love to see any of them take on this video and what their answers would be. So I've got Obviously Queer, Books at the Bottom of the Stairs, This Book Belongs to Pam, Loretta from Read Write Collage, and V from the Sassy Library Fox. So I'm going to link all of them below in the description, so definitely go out and check out all of their channels. They are all incredible. They all have wonderful views on books and different videos that they're doing, and I love watching a lot of their channels. And of course, like I said, go check out Vidania. She is awesome. Go check out Jim, and go check out any other that maybe is doing this book tag. I think it's just so fun to watch other people's thoughts and get to know them and their booking habit and get to know their reading habits. And I also do challenge yourself, if you are a booktuber, then go ahead and make a video. What about your shelves? I'd love to know about the numbers on your shelf. And if you aren't a booktube or a YouTube creator, but you want to play along, then go ahead and leave your answers in the comments below. I definitely love to check them out and see what your numbers are in this booktube tag. All right, well, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you so much again for watching. I always really do appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourselves, and you will see me next time. Bye!